Everybody, welcome back to Living in Lakeland and Living in Central Florida. My name is Brian Stevens. I am with eXp Realty, and we are heading south of Lakeland to explore one of the most charming and underrated cities in all of Polk County. That's Bartow, Florida. If you've been researching Central Florida and maybe Bartow has caught your eye, I want to kind of give you a broad picture of what you'll find, the good, the bad, the ugly. If you're thinking about heading to this area, I can tell you right now that I have been selling real estate in Polk County for over 30 years, so I know the market very, very well. And Bartow has got some pretty cool transition going on right now. So let's talk about it a little bit. So the pros and the cons. So is its historic charm with its small town character that you really can't find anywhere else. Let me tell you this, the downtown is really cute. There's a good Mexican restaurant down there, by the way. But Bartow is known as the city of oaks and azaleas. So whenever you drive through the downtown area, you're going to see a historic downtown, gorgeous canopied oak trees, lined with azaleas. It's really, really pretty. And this is a known fact. 3 of Bartow's districts are registered with the National Register of Historic Places. Pretty cool. You've got the My Girl House down there. You've got all kind of really cute bungalows, large craftsman style homes, 20th century designs. You've got a lot of new construction going on right now. And Bartow's identity is very steady. It's very community based. So many residents will work elsewhere in Polk County, and then they'll kind of come home to Bartow to live for a more quieter setting, a little bit more laid back, not quite as crazy. So if you're looking for that small Florida town feel with real roots and real character, Bartow delivers it better than most places anywhere else in the county. Now, I will tell you this, Bartow is the county seat. So you're going to see the courthouse there, the jail there. You're going to see a lot of downtown area, some of our government, a lot of our government offices are down there. So you'll see during the daytime, it's a little bit more hustle and bustle, but then at 5 o'clock when everybody heads out, it's a little bit of a calmer, slower pace. Let's talk about the second thing, and that's where Bartow shines, is affordability. Now, Bartow is catching up a little bit with some of the bigger cities in the area, but it's still pretty affordable. The cost of living is 91.6, which means you'll pay 8.4% less than living in Bartow than the average United States city. And that makes it kind of, attractive in that way. So I would say Bartow is a thriving community. Word is that it's supposed to double within the next 5 years. A friend of mine had just started a magazine called The Bartowian down there, and it has been met with overwhelming success. People in Bartow are ready for the growth. They've been working in the middle of the growth, and they're poised for the right direction. There's a road that is called E.F. Griffin Road and Lyle Parkway. Hundreds of brand new homes are going up all over the place. It butts up to South Lakeland, and you'll see all the growth. Go to 98 South or Bartow Highway. You can see where they've talked about resurrecting or bringing some commercial buildings there. Maybe a possible hospital or part of Lakeland Regional has been mentioned there, but there is a lot of things going on. Not to mention, Bartow has a Chick-fil-A, Bartow has a Chipotle, Bartow is got some things going on. So I really like Bartow. I rank it A+ in the housing category based on ratio, appreciating rates, home values. I think for first-time home buyers, retirees on a fixed income, investors looking for value, Bartow is really something you should pay attention to. Now, Bartow also, the third thing, it sits at a location that does give you the best of kind of a small town living without sacrificing, big city conveniences. So you're about 35 to 45 miles from downtown Tampa, 50 to 60 miles away from Orlando. You can also get to Brandon pretty quick from Bartow. You just take 60 right into Brandon, which has got a nice size mall and a lot of shopping and other things. And Brandon has some nice restaurants. You're kind of right near Lakeland, which has Bonnet Springs, expanding job market. It's just really minutes away. Winter Haven and the Chain of Lakes, you can take 60 and 17, head down that way. So it's really close to a lot of the larger cities, and yet you can kind of get the small town feel with Bartow. So fourth thing is it's got a really strong growing economy. The unemployment rate in Bartow is just 2.38%, which is well below the national average. So a lot of good, strong job opportunities, higher wages, increased economic growth. The median household in Bartow is around $71,000. And as Polk County continues to grow and attract new businesses, Bartow stands out to, rate very, very high. In 2010 to 2020, it had a 5.4% population increase, but I will tell you, it's 2026 now, and we've seen a lot of growth in Bartow. Still a great little place to live, but really offering more and more and more. So I think if you really look at the infrastructure of Bartow, they're poised for the growth. There's still some beautiful parcels of land as you kind of push out toward Fort Meade, Frostproof. You kind of push out west toward the Winter Haven, Lake Wales area. So it's still a really nice little place to live, and I think you and your family can make an argument for it's still a good bargain in Bartow. What that means is you've got a wide range of neighborhood styles, from historic, cute, almost brick laid, historic tree-lined streets with brand new construction. You've got D.R. Horton, Lennar, you've got Southern Homes, you've got a lot of builders along with some of the big custom builders that are building in Bartow. You've got a little bit of everything. You've got, character, the historic downtown, the courthouse, the craftsman style homes, the new construction. Really, there's a lot to offer. So, by the way, if you're a water lover, Polk County's lakes and ponds, and Bartow does have some waterfront property also, something to kind of consider. Now, let's talk about the cons. So we need to talk about what's not so good about it. When it comes to limited amenities within the city, Bartow's growing, but it just doesn't have a ton of stuff to do like that. So if you're looking for a lot of shopping, dining, entertainment, you're going to need to probably go over to Lakeland, go over to Brandon, go to Winter Haven, a little bit larger span of choices there. And so some people, if you don't mind driving 20 minutes, 30 minutes to go get that, then you're good. But they don't have a big offering when it comes to those sort of things. Number two is public transportation, if you need that, is going to be very limited. So it doesn't have a really great place to walk around unless you're in that downtown area, which is the best place to kind of walk around to get food. And they have a really cute farmers market down there. But other than that, you're going to need to hop in your car and go. So not the most commute friend or walking around friendly type of place. And right now, con number three is, again, a lot of transition going on right now. Bartow, in their pricing on their homes was about 15.5% down last year. Again, you're going to get a little bit of a better deal, but sometimes homes are sitting a little bit more on the market, which is going to give you, as a home buyer, better negotiating room. Sellers are offering concessions, meaning they'll pay your closing costs. They'll kind of work with you a little bit more. But as a home seller, there's still not a ton of properties to choose from. So, if you price your home right, it will sell. Things are still moving, but they're not at record pace moving. The bottom line is the fundamentals of Bartow are still really strong. This market is in a transition. It's not in trouble. You just want a good, honest real estate agent helping you in this transition. Myself, my business partner, and my team, we would love to do that. We service all of Polk County. Okay, the fourth negative about Bartow is the weather. You got to understand, moving to Florida summers are hot. They're very humid. The crazy thunderstorms that we just had one yesterday. One of my plants in my front yard, there's long trees, is doing the Leaning Tower of Pizza. It's kind of leaning that way. And so you're going to get some wicked thunderstorms. So know that humidity is real. Now, the good news is, as far as Bartow goes, the risk of flooding is very much on the lower side. About 14% of properties have some risk of severe flooding over 30 years, which is actually favorable compared to the coastal cities, where the flood rate and percentage is much, much higher. As with all of Central Florida, the summer storm season runs June through September, so you're going to want to be prepared. You're going to want good homeowners insurance, a good roof, a good generator. You want to have solid help, around you to kind of walk through that with you. And again, as a local agent who knows, all the connections that can pair you with the right people, that's just so important. So, Bartow, Florida, a good place to move to in 2026. I think it's great. If you're looking for historic charm, genuine affordability, a tight-knit community, the peace and quite of a Florida small town feel, yet close to everything. I think Bartow is great. So I think if you're considering the area, let's talk more about it. And I can show you what we are seeing as the growing areas in Bartow, and then talk about the downtown, areas and what is available there. So would love to walk through that with you. My name is Brian Stevens, eXp Realty. If you've enjoyed this video, do me a favor, like, comment, subscribe to this channel. Whenever I drop more valuable information about communities in the Polk County area, you'll get notified. As always, whether selling or buying, you got to call Brian. God bless. Have a great day.